Hey guys, it's Tom Box. Thanks for tuning into MST.TV. I've got Newsday for you guys, and as you guys know, if I do Newsday, it's either really good or really bad. And in this case, it's really bad. That's right, I'm gonna be talking about the recent events of okay, so you guys got that out of the system. I really want to say the word, so we'll just refer to it as the trap card that has been sprung upon us for the rest of this video. But we're gonna talk about at the personal level, what about my invites? Like, what's going to happen to that? Are the events even going to continue? And this is just one man's speculation. I would love to hear your comments down in the comment section about, you know, the things that people are taking precaution of. Then there's also like the event cancellation. And we're even looking at a local level, how it's actually been impacting local communities themselves in terms of the game. There's a lot of concern for players right now. A lot of people, I know there's a lot of good product lined up to come out. And even the option to acquire that product is also in question right now. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, and I'd love to hear your opinion down in the comment section below. And let's, I guess, jump into this one. Okay, let's start off with a lot of the event cancellation. Let's be smart about this, players, so that you guys don't misplay by booking tickets to events that may not occur. And let's be smart about reading ahead in terms of the cancellation pattern, all right? But looking into recent YCSs, of course, Rio de Janeiro, 225th YCS, that one did not occur. The entire event has been canceled due to safety, of course. And then there's also YCS Charlotte in, of course, North Carolina. That's been postponed, but once you click into the details, it states it's been postponed indefinitely, and this is probably waiting for things to blow over. And of course, the next one is YCS Hartford in Connecticut. That's also been postponed, and that's mainly because March 12th there's been an executive order prohibiting events that host more than 250 people. This whole thing is actually affecting me at a personal level as well, because I'm planning a wedding myself, and it does hurt me that I have to postpone the wedding. I'm probably still gonna get married, but then maybe the party and the celebration will take place later. But yeah, this has also been postponed indefinitely until further notice, I guess. And you can just wait till perhaps when they start lifting a lot of these bans of large gatherings, then maybe the events will start to take place. And I guess when we look into the regional pattern, we're gonna start to see a bit more. So does that mean the next actual YCS is 225th, or does Brazil get to keep their 225th spot? Probably likely gonna keep the spot, that's my guess anyway. Then there's also YCS Pasadena. More info to come, but the problem is, once you go into like what's been happening with California over the past weekend, California and Washington State have restricted gatherings of 250 people or more as of Saturday. So as the time gets closer and closer, if this ban doesn't get lifted, it doesn't seem like it's going to happen. And if there's still a bit of stigma about the whole situation, it doesn't seem like it would even occur. So just remember, keep that in mind before you decide to go, yeah, I'm gonna go on a plane and go there. And there's more to it than that. If you're flying from like outside, remember that you have a self-isolation period of 14 days in most cases. And yeah, there's also like travel bans and stuff that's really going to limit the amount of people going into the country. There's just a lot of things going on, and like even retails, there's a 25-person limit in a store, and they're just really trying to limit it down to like 50 people or less right now. So that's something for us to all keep in mind. Okay, update on the regional cancellation here. There's a notice here that they posted 2 days ago. Dear Duelists, out of great care for the health and safety of the Yu-Gi-Oh community, and due to the ever-changing situation around the trap card, we have decided to cancel all regional qualifiers scheduled through April 6th. In North America and Latin America, effective immediately. This was decided with the best interest of both our fans and tournament organizers, and similarly, decisions about future event will be made with serious consideration of the official recommendations from the federal and local health authorities, and we sincerely apologize if this causes any inconvenience for players, staff, judges planning to attend. That's fair point. In fact, that just means that there's going to be perhaps even more cancellations in the future, and don't be surprised about it. This is something that they revealed to us now, and they said it phase down. That's probably my best metaphor for this. And if you scroll down, you'll see that a chunk of events have been canceled. The one that I was planning to go to, because this is the closest regional I have, which is Seattle, that's been canceled. And this would have been all new format stuff. All the new format regionals have been canceled so far. and that would have been like the first month. So I guess we're gonna be playing the new format online, the April 1st format, where we're finally playing Master Rule 2020, Master Rule 5, whatever you guys want to call it. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of events to really try it out. So I guess online tournaments will probably be the ones that you guys want to look forward to if you guys want to try it out yourselves. Now, looking at all these other events past April 6th, it seems like some of them are still taking place so far, but I would not be surprised if they get canceled about 1 month like before it actually occurs. So right now, if we take a look at a calendar right now, it's March 15th as of the recording of this video. April 6th is about 1, 2, 3 weeks away. So anything that's within a 3-week range, we'll probably see updates on those as we go. And I've been getting a lot of updates about event cancellations in my email. So that is just something that we should be aware of so far. So it's about a 3-week range. Decide whether or not within 3 weeks if things are getting canceled. Things can get canceled perhaps even a week right before it. And I don't know, I feel sad that my wedding, it seems like I have to postpone it. Luckily, the vendors are like willing to work with us on this postponement thing. So, you know, Safety Just Homebox doesn't have to throw away a lot of his hard-earned money on stuff. But I feel like a lot of these vendors, they might feel a little bit of pain on them as well. So yeah, support your local stores, guys. And in terms of Canada, we got Cancellations as well. We don't get as many regionals as you guys because our population is just drastically different. But a lot of Ontario ones, Manitoba, Alberta, all of them basically are canceled. And there's also one in Montreal I don't think that's gonna happen because Montreal also has a serious ban in terms of major gatherings, so this one's probably just waiting to get canceled as well. That's just my opinion. Maybe, just maybe, they might just lift it by then. We can all hope, but everyone's kind of planning for the worst, and we know that seems like this is affecting everyone differently at some degree, but we're all having a very similar reaction of how we're handling the current situation. If you guys want to stay up to date with the latest information regarding tournament cancellations or whether or not your event is still occurring, go ahead and follow the official Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG Twitter and also their official Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG Facebook. So they're available in the link there, or you can just search it up on Facebook or Twitter. So what about my invite? I earned my invite this year. I really want to go play at WCQ. I planned my trip for it and I haven't bought my ticket yet. Should I buy my ticket? Well, the thing is, it's about 3 months away. I would recommend waiting for more information. I get that the longer you wait, the more expensive the plane tickets are. I know plane tickets are really cheap right now because everyone's really afraid of flying, but I would still recommend waiting so that you don't waste your money at the very least. Unless you're not afraid of paying for cancellation fees or you're ready to pay that extra cancellation fees because it's so cheap, then sure, why not? Why don't you just try it out? But looking at the WCQs right now, a lot of it says check back later. And because it says check back later, I'd recommend just waiting for the information. It's about 3 months away. 3 months, news can get better or it can get worse. Let's all hope for the better, of course, but you gotta plan for the worst. And if you plan for the worst and they don't lift some of those bans for 250 people more, WCQs gather usually about 1,800 to 2,300 or so. So that's definitely a no-go zone, and the event would be forced to be postponed or even completely canceled. And since it's so tight, so close to World Championships, World Championship has a different issue. World Championship would require people to fly in and would require the WCQ from North America, WCQ from Europe, and WCQs from Asia for those events to, you know, go along smoothly. And if any of those regions kind of miss out, it seems like they're just gonna have to pull from like Worlds points, and they have to find some other ways to fill the roster of players for even an event to occur, or the event might just get canceled because you don't have a full Worlds event. You don't have the entire world actually participating at that point. Then it's kind of silly to call it the World Championships because it seems like there's a lot of damage has already been done throughout the other events that could not take place. And it seems like I don't even know if this would occur if we kind of continue down the current rabbit hole. And I find that the event is actually planned out very smartly. You got August 21st, you have a YCS right before Worlds that would gather a lot of people flying all over the world just to participate in this one. And then they'll stay all the way for the World Championships. And at the World Championship, one of the most popular things at the World Championship is, aside from watching these players duke it out, there's also the World Store that you can acquire some of the exclusive World goods, like this delicious mug of "You Just Activated My Trap" card, like some of my pictures that I hang on the wall. There's a bunch of stuff, the Dark Magician Girl figurine. There's a lot of crazy fun stuff that you can get there. And yeah, it doesn't seem like, if that doesn't really take place, it's really sad that the fans aren't able to kind of acquire this stuff. And I wonder if they're going to do anything special at YCS Minneapolis, because it seems like there's a little bit of an overlap. August 21st, 22nd, but then Worlds is 23rd, 22nd, 23rd, so there's a bit of an overlap there. I'm really hoping that some miracle good news happen, and yeah, that's what I'm really hoping for. So at a locals level, please share with me your stories about what's happening in your local community or your local store, whether or not you're still able to play, or is there some sort of mandate that does not allow the store to even open? And that also affects product pushing, with Dual Overload coming out this week. If your store is closed, you're gonna have to find an alternative option to purchase that product. If you want to acquire your needle fiber, you want your Verde Anaconda, you're gonna have to find some way to kind of get them online or somewhere else if your store is closed and not allowed to do business with people. That's what my locals is afraid of. And speaking of my locals, my weekly tournament turnout this week was 50% lower. In fact, there was only a 3-round tournament. That's how small it got. Well, there was supposed to be 4 rounds, but the pair down kind of died, and then it became 3 rounds, and it just ended super early. Yeah, really strange. And I suppose it could happen everywhere else. I'm sure the turnout's been different. The atmosphere is completely different. People are wearing masks when they play. Some people went as far as wearing gloves when they play. And I don't blame them. I think they are concerned for their safety, but they really love this game, so they're taking the risk to communicate with others and being close vicinity with someone else and interacting with, large amounts of humans. But the other thing is, with the recent cut down of retail stores can only have about 25 people in their stores, that is a concern, because if your tournament usually has like 30 or 40 people, then it kind of cuts it down so that a lot of people are unable to participate, and that's a concern. But I think that's not even going to be that big of an issue if people don't want to show up and they don't want to take that risk. Safety first. Family safety is also like a very big concern, and I suppose that's probably where that one stands. And product moving. Speaking of product, actually, a lot of the high tier cards, they've started to drop down in price. Lightning Storm has dropped to about from like 130-ish down to like 110 now, because if you look at the amount of events you're not allowed to play, like the playability of a card at events is one of the major factors that dictates its price. If it's got like a lot of playability, you can expect that price of that card is going to stay high. But due to recent cancellation, the cards definitely tanked down. In fact, a lot of other major cards have also tanked down as well, because you can't perform with them at major tournaments. And since you can't do it, then what's the point of spending so much money on those cards anyways? I think now is a chance for us to explore more creative decks, because there's less risk of it right now in terms of, well, at least you get to experiment with something different, especially for the upcoming Master Rule as well. So Yu-Gi tubers are planning online tournaments for you guys to entertain yourself with. So if you want to get your Yu-Gi-Oh fix playing against other people, online tournaments might be the way to go. Or you can even try it out through a more official channel. Yu-Gi-Oh Legacy of the Duelist, I believe they had an update, and that's going to add to the card pool, and that's a really good thing as well. So you can play with the latest cards, earn your cards, and yeah, that's an option for you guys as well. So if you guys want to get your Yu-Gi-Oh fix, you can still do it. Will I host online tournaments? Maybe, if I get enough time. I'm basically switched from working at the office to work from home. That means I'm still working 5 days a week, and I still have to work on my wedding, and I have to do a lot of calls, and probably gonna have to postpone, because I feel like that's gonna make it feel safer for my guests as well. Anyways, this is where I'm gonna end off this video, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button. If you guys always want to see more stuff from MST.TV, hit the subscribe, ding notification bell, and I believe that's all I got for this one. So stick around, guys. I'll talk to you guys next time.